Hi guys, welcome to my page. This is my first time coming on YouTube to go live. So I hope that I can get some followers out here. And if when you do come on this page, I want you to subscribe to my page. I do appreciate it. I am Karen Proctor of Karen Proctor TV. So go ahead and subscribe to my page. I want you to like, comment, and share. Share. My first time coming on YouTube Live. And today I want to talk about the power of I am. I am so excited to be doing this live YouTube video for the first time. So if there be any bloops and blunders, I'm just going to ask you to overlook them. We're going to be talking about the power of I am. So if you can share the video with your friends, I do appreciate it. Again, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to my page. And when you subscribe to my page, you're going to find a lot of great content. I have a lot of playlists out there that if one playlist does not get it for you, then maybe the next playlist will. So again, this is Karen Proctor, your life empowerment coach, author, also minister of the word, apostle in the Lord's church. And today I want to talk about the power of I am. The power of I am. What is the power of I am? The power of I am is simply knowing who you are, what you represent, knowing the power that lives on the inside of you. And when I say the power that lives on the inside of you, I mean the greatness of God lives on the inside of you. God embedded on the inside of you. So we're going to be talking a little bit about the power of I am and how it relates to your life and how you can apply the power of I am to your life. But I want to offer you the opportunity to get this great book, a coaching tool that I have written called Coach Me, Destiny is Calling. Coach Me, Destiny is Calling. This is one of the tools that I use in my coaching practice at Stepping in the Right Direction Coaching. And we know that everybody need a coach in their life to just bring clarity, help to bring clarity to you, help you to get over those hurdles that you are dealing with, and just to help you to become unstuck. So if you are looking for an empowerment life coach or an executive life coach, a Christian life coach, why not reach out to me at Stepping in the Right Direction? You can find Stepping in the Right Direction on Facebook, right under the username Stepping in the Right Direction, or you can reach out to me under my website at www.karenproctor.com, and you will see the tab there for Stepping in the Right Direction Coaching. And again, this book, Coach Me, Destiny is Calling, has various topics in here that can help you in your life. A lot of worksheets where it can guide you in the point of coaching. Some of the topics that's included in this book that I'm going to go over right now. The first one is the power of I am. And then we have the power of living on purpose, the power of preparation, the power of the ants, the power of stepping outside of the box, the power is in your hand, the power of connection, the power of dash, the power of SWAT, the power of branding, the power of living on intentional, the power of the vision board. And so today I want to talk about the power of I am. And you can go ahead and reach out to me to get this book. It is exclusively through me only. I have it that way for now because I want it to be strictly for my coaching clients, but I will open it up to the public very soon, so you can reach out to me for this awesome tool. You can use it to help navigate you into your awesome life. So today, again, I'm going to be talking about the power of I am. And for those of you that's coming on the replay, I'm going to ask you to still put your comments, still put your likes, subscribe to the page, and that way we can begin to build a relationship. You can know when I am on. Okay, so let me see if I want to share anything straight from the book, or just give you those things that I have jotted down here. Okay, I'm going to choose to read a little bit from the book. The power of I am. So that's the topic. That's our topic for today. The power of I am. Unveil the I am within you. Start by changing your thinking and the way you view and speak of yourself. You are the embodiment of God. Everything great you desire to become was embedded within you from the moment of your conception. You have been given the ability and authority to speak things as though they were already the way you desired them to be. And so I'm going to put a pin in it right there. And I want to just ask you this question. Who are you? Really, who are you? If you had to, I'm sorry, I'm reaching over for a minute. Who are you? If you really had to introduce yourself to someone beyond saying your name, hi, I'm Karen Proctor. Beyond saying that, who are you? If you had to give an elevator pitch and you had only 2 minutes to tell someone in a nutshell, who are you? What is it that you stand up to? What is it that makes you tick? What is it that disappoints you? Who are you? What assignment are you on? Are you really struggling at this time in your life to identify yourself and to just really live your truth, to say, this is who I am? Who are you? Let's just take a moment to just really just think, who am I? And so today I chose to use this topic, I am, because a lot of people, believe it or not, are struggling with their identity. A lot of people are struggling with their identity. In the day that we are living in, social media, we get to see more people than we have ever seen before, just really sometimes during the course of a day, because we can flip on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and whatever else social media there may be. And so when we look at these videos and even listening to podcasts sometimes people begin to become a little bit confused. Or even in your circle, at work, at home, in your community, in your family, in your neighborhood, you may begin to look at what others are doing, and then you make a comparison of who somebody else is or what they may be doing, and you try to compare yourself to that person, and you try to measure up to that person, and you say, I want to become like him, I want to become like her. And it's nothing wrong with admiring others and looking at what someone else has achieved or are achieving, but really and truly, what that person may be doing and their purpose, it may not be your purpose. And certainly we know that they're not you. I am not you, and you are not me. We are not carbon copies of each other. Yes, there may be some similarities in us and in family. Some of us are wired with the same DNA. So, yes, we do have a lot of things in common. We do have a lot of similarities, but here's the thing. The bottom line is we are unique. We are wonderfully made. When you were made, when I was made, the mold was broke. Even when it comes down to twins, yes, they may be born minutes apart and on the same day from the same parents, but even twins have a unique set of identity. So today, I want to challenge you to just really get to know the person that you are. Begin to become comfortable with who you are. Again, there is nothing wrong with admiring other people. And sometimes when we look at what other people do or are doing, it causes us to want to excel. So, yes, that's great. But the bottom line is never lose your identity. Get to know who you are if you don't already know, and embrace you. Become the best person that you can be to yourself. And when you become the best person you are to yourself, then you in terms can give your best to others. So if you are struggling with identity crisis, get to know you. Point number one. And I want to show you that even in the Bible, there was identity crisis going on. So I want to just share from the story of Moses out of the Bible, Exodus chapter 3. And I want to share starting at verse 11. God told Moses to go to Pharaoh because Israel was in bondage. The children of Israel were in bondage, in slavery to Pharaoh. And God raised up Moses and gave Moses this great job to go and speak to Pharaoh, to tell Pharaoh to let the children of Israel go out of bondage. And you too may have a great job like Moses had. It may not be the same, but God has given you a assignment to get a job done. And you are struggling with a identity crisis because you're looking at yourself as being insignificant. I'm not good enough to accomplish this. You allow fear to set in. And yes, it does happen to the best of us. Now, I cannot sit here and tell you that fear has never gripped me when I was pushed out there to accomplish a certain task. And then there are some times where I am just as bold as a lion and just as confident. But sometimes when we enter into the unknown, it can interject fear. And then we will begin to struggle with our identity like, wow, can I really do that? Have I really been challenged to accomplish this? And so let me read verse 11 from Exodus chapter 3, verse 11. It says, "And Moses said unto God, Who am I that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt?" Imagine that. Moses going to God saying, who am I? I am insignificant. I am nothing compared to Pharaoh. I can't go against Pharaoh. But when God has destined you for a purpose, it doesn't matter how big the giant is on the other side. It doesn't matter how intelligent your opponent may be. It does not matter how big the stage is set. that you are given to go on. It does not matter about the platform. It does not matter about your name. Nobody knows me. And you're asking me to do such a great thing. But when God has ordained it, I want to say it like this: He got your back. God will never bring you to a situation and tell you to do something without having your back. So know that that's a cure for your identity struggle. Knowing that if God has called you to complete a assignment, has given you a task, know that you're not going at it alone. And that's one of the things that we do. We feel like that we are going at it alone. It may be not somebody on my right. I may look to my left. I may not see anyone. I may even look in the back of me and I may not see anyone. And someone may not have endorsed you the way that you think that they should endorse you. But the great I am has already endorsed you. So that's your cure for identity struggle. You are wonderfully and fearfully made. You are wonderfully and fearfully made. Sometimes we just have to step out. And when you step out, know that the force is with you. The power of I am is with you. And so even though Moses tells God, who am I that I should go unto Pharaoh and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? Who am I? I am nothing. I am significant. But God responded to Moses, and he responds with surety. He ensured Moses that if I brought you to this, and if I have assigned you to this, know for sure that I have you. So let's see what God ensures Moses of and how he responds to Moses. So he ensures Moses by saying, certainly I will be with thee, and this shall be a token with thee, that I have sent thee. When thou hast brought forth the people out of Egypt, ye shall serve God upon this mountain. Right there, God ensures Moses. He says, I will be with thee. So, whenever you're going up for the task and a challenge is before you, allow these words to speak to you that God spoke to Moses, that I will be with you. Know that God will be with you. The power of I am is with you. He says, I will be with you, and this shall be a token unto thee, that I have sent thee. When thou hast brought forth the people out of Egypt, ye shall serve God upon this mountain. And so that's what God told Moses. He says, when you bring forth the people out of Egypt, you're going to serve me upon this mountain. And so that was God a surety to Moses. And God may give you a different assurance. He may give you a different surety, insurance, to say that, hey, if you do this, that, or the other, I'm going to make your name great. I'm going to enlarge your territory. You will speak on platforms that you never imagined. People will begin to buy your books. People will begin to look for you. Whatever it is you do, I don't know, maybe you're a doctor, maybe you're a nurse, maybe you're a teacher, maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, maybe you're an entrepreneur and you have a product out there and you kind of afraid because like, who am I? I'm not a big name person. I don't have money backing me up. If I put this product to the market, I don't have nobody to endorse me. But like God told Moses, he says, when you get there, he says, you will serve me on this mountain. And so maybe today God is saying, if you push that product, if you open up your mouth, if you present the paperwork to the office, to your administrator, whatever it is, if you do this, in which I am telling you to do, then you're going to see multiple doors open. And perhaps I'm speaking prophetically to someone. Yes, maybe I'm speaking prophetically to someone. And not maybe, I am speaking prophetically to someone. When you do what God requires you to do, he will do the rest. See, we get too caught up in looking for the results, opposed to just being obedient, opposed to just moving out in faith. When you move out in faith and you are obedient, then we let the results be up to God. Yes, leave the results up to God. So when you're dealing with the identity crisis, know that the power of I am is on the inside of you. Know that if God called you to something, he will ensure you that you're going to get results. Even though you don't know how things are going to work out, there are plenty times when God has told me to do this, that, and the other. And I didn't know how things were going to work out. But as I stepped forward in boldness, I got some great results. And as a apostle in the Lord's church, sometimes it's not always easy to tread upon new ground, to be a pioneer. But what I've learned is if God say go and plow the ground, that's the only thing that I need to do. The results are up to God. As a prophetic mouthpiece, when God tell me to speak, I can't worry about the results. I look at myself as being the mail lady, just delivering the message. As a empowerment life coach, as a executive life coach, my job is to bring clarity, to help you to become unstuck. And when I know that I've given you the tools, but you have to be willing to do the work. And so as a life coach, now the results are up to you if you're willing to do the work. Once I give you the tools to use. So I just really want to encourage you today through the power of I am. Know that the greater one lives on the inside of you. You are embedded with the embodiment of God on the inside of you. And now we know that Moses was a little insecure. He was very insecure to go to Pharaoh. Because Moses, who was Moses in the eyes of Pharaoh? Who was Moses to deal with Pharaoh? Moses felt that insecurity. And a lot of times you and I will feel insecure sometimes because the thing in which we have to do is seem like it's larger than life. It seems like it's bigger than you. Sometimes it's bigger than me. And sometimes you may say, well, I don't have training in that area. My education does not warrant me to do that. My family lineage, where I come from, does not allow me to do that. I come from, these days people say the ghetto, the inner city. Sometimes people, you may look at the color of your skin and say, well, there's a roadblock. You may even look at your sexual, you may be looking at your, I said you're sexual, I'm sorry. You may be looking at the fact that you are a woman. You may be looking your sexual orientation. You may be looking at the fact that you are a man, and you may be saying, well, men never did this before. This is something women normally do. Or as a woman, you may be saying that this is something that a man normally do. But can I tell you that there is a time that you will hit that glass ceiling? In spite of your insecurities. And so Moses was insecure because he was going up against the Pharaoh. But God assured him, he says, I will be with you. I will be with you. And you may, right now, I may be speaking to someone that's dealing with an issue on your job, in the workplace, in the marketplace. And you may be saying, well, if I stand up for myself, I may be fired. I may be demoted. But if God has told you to go and open up your mouth, you got to be willing to let the chips fall as they may. Yes, I hate to put it in a term like this, but for the lack of a better analogy, God knows how to clean up your mess. He's the cleanup man. So all you have to do is go, loose your insecurities, and do what God has required you to do. Why was Moses insecure? Why are you insecure? Why do we become insecure at times? Could it be because we don't know the power of I am? Could it be? Very well, that we don't know the power of I am. Could it be that Moses was insecure because he did not know the power of I am? And so I want to read to you verse 13. And Moses said unto God, behold, when I come unto the children of Israel and say unto them, the God of your father has sent me unto you, and they say unto me, what is his name? What shall I say unto them? So in other words, Moses say, okay, God, I'm going to go unto the children of Israel, and I'm going to say, this is what God is telling me to go do. But, hallelujah, he says, who should I say has sent me? So that's another part of the insecureness, is when we don't know God. When we don't know God, we can become very insecure. It's one thing with becoming insecure with people, and a whole nother thing being insecure because you don't know the power of I am, because you don't know God on the inside of you. When you know God on the inside of you, even when those butterflies are in your stomach, you're still going to press forward. Even when you can hear that negativity ringing out in your head, saying, you bet not say it, you bet not do it. What if? You're going to mess up. You're going to mess up. Even when you get that, because you are secure in God, and because you know the power of I am, which lies on the inside of you, you're going to go and you're going to do, and you're going to become what God has commissioned you to do, go, and become, because you know the power of I am. But when you don't know the power of I am, you will stay there conjuring up many excuses. Who shall I say sent me? Why should I do it? What are the results are going to be? The odds are against me. But Moses had a little bit of insecurity in God, in his relationship with God, because this task was too big for him. But here's the thing. God never promised him that he was going at it alone. He didn't promise you that you are going at it alone. He never promised me that I am going at it alone. And I know sometimes, yes, I do know, with human nature, insecurity can come in. It can become very daunting at times, but this is when you know the power of I am. You're going to put on your big girl pants, you're going to put on your big boy pants, and you're going to step up to the plate because you know the power of I am. I cannot stress this enough. You know the power of I am that lives on the inside of you. You know the power of I am that is backing you up. Yes, I may be a little nervous when I go knock on that door. I may be a little nervous when I go and sit at that interview table. I may be a little nervous when I go to the bank for that loan. I may be a little nervous when I turn on that camera for the first time. But as I march forward, I know that the power of I am is there to back me up, to help me do the job. And so God had to assure Moses again. He had to let Moses know. He ensured Moses to let Moses know, okay, you want to know who's going to go with you? You want to know who it is that you should tell the people that sent you. And a lot of times you may be questioning yourself again, and God may have told you to do something, to just really do something that your friends will not understand, your family may not understand, your boss, your peers, your business partners may not understand it. And you're sitting there and you're rehearsing. Why am I going to tell them? What am I going to tell them? Why am I doing this? How could I give them this story? But God ensured Moses. In verse 14, he says, And God said unto Moses, tell them, I am that I am. And he said, Thus shall thou say unto the children of Israel, I am had sent me to you. And so I come to you today to tell you that I am had sent me. To tell you that you can make it. You can do it. The greater one lives on the inside of you. Whatever God has commissioned you to do in this season, know that the greater one lives on the inside of you. That identity crisis, let it not be named among you. You are wonderfully and fearfully made. Know that you are insured. You know how we put insurance on our vehicle? We put insurance on our house. We even have insurance for our health. Insurance if when we die, our family die. We have so much of insurance so that if something was to go wrong, then we have something to back us up. Well, I want to ensure you today that the greater one lives on the inside of you, and that the power of I am is cheering you on. Like God told Moses, I am that I am. I am whatever you need me to be. Yes, I am whatever you need me to be. And so I am speaking to a global audience. Some person may need God to be this for them, and the other person may need God to be that for them. One person may need God to be this through them, and another person may need God to be that through them. Whatever you need God to be for you and through you, know that the power of I am lives on the inside of you. And so let me get back to the book. See yourself through the eyes of the great I am. Wonderfully made in his image, nothing lacking, and with the ability to do and accomplish great and mighty things. You are a fierce and beautiful being. When you become awakened to the power of the great I am that's embedded within you, you can do what was otherwise thought of as impossible to do. I want to give you 4 golden nuggets on the power of I am. You are the embodiment of God. Speak what you desire. Attitude is important. Encourage yourself. This is Karen Proctor speaking on the topic of the power of I am. I'm going to ask you to connect with me through KarenProctor.com. Let's do life together. You can connect with me here on YouTube by subscribing to this page. If you need a empowerment life coach, reach out to me on Facebook or through, again, my website. If you need Christian coaching, you can reach out to me. I am here to help you to live your best life. So go to my website, check me out, and let's do life together. Reach out to me for this wonderful book, Coach Me, Destiny is Calling. Until the next time, the power of I am is with you. Like, comment, and subscribe.